Hello viewers, now I will start with my discussions, and many days after I will start my journey of uploading from the topic of mathematics, and especially today I discuss the idea of tensor calculus. And this tensor calculus, actually why this concept needed. Basically in earlier sense we are using vector, and these vectors we are deals with many ideas about the vector space which are the part of the abstract algebra, but here we are needed in the wider use, and that will be uses of tensor calculus. Now let's start with the journey. At first, here we using some of the notations, and we are familiar with some of the notation. That is a superscript variable. Suppose we are starting with this type of notation. We are use x1, x2, x3 in this way up to xn. If we are starting with this idea phi I of x, that means in this way, and we are dealing with in this sense like this topic, and if we are taking in this area all are plus, if we are taking, and that can be written as sum of xi. That means I runs from 1 to up to n. This is simple idea of representations, and here we are using this in this manner. So this type of notation we are using as superscript variable. In alternative way, if we are starting with the vector calculus, what was the basic difference is? In the vector calculus we are writing in this manner, x1 plus x2 in the earlier stages. This is called subscript variable. But in this tensor calculus, we are writing both superscript and subscript variable in many ways we are using. So at first we are starting with some important notations like that. If we are familiar with this, in this notation like this, a1 x1, that's a1 written in this manner, subscript variable, a2 x2, we are starting with this, x1 is superscript, x2 superscript, a1 subscript, a2 subscript, in this manner. If we are dealing with this, an xn, and we are writing in this notation like this, ai xi, and in the summation convention, if we are taking in this manner, basically we are writing ai xi. If we are writing in this sense, we already that note that imply this result, sum of ai xi. And next stages we are finding another idea, a concept of delta, that is an operator, the concept of operator, and this operator is called and basically we are starting with delta operator. What type of operator is this? If we are starting in this manner like this, delta, suppose if we are taking in this manner delta I j in this way, here I is the subscript variable, j is the superscript variable. If we are taking in this manner like this, delta 1 1 plus delta 2 2 plus delta 3 3, in this way delta n n, in this type of result. But here ij runs from 1 to up to n. What happens there? If we are noticing this factor, taking both of the same side result, So what happens there? Delta 1 1 is the result, but delta 1 2 is the result, delta 1 3 is the result, delta 1 n is the result in this way. But we are writing only this result. So here we are considering I is equal to j. So this result produces delta 1 1, that is by definition it is 1 up to, it is also 1 up to n. So n number of 1, that is n into 1. But if we are considering different type of view, that is I not equals to j, what happens there? That means, suppose if we are taking I is equal to 1 and j is equal to 2, we are producing this result 1 2, that will produce a 0. It is by definition. There is a Kronecker delta we are using in many cases, and there is a transformation operator. That's we have to transform this result. And delta 1 3, that's also 0. Delta 1 n, that's also produces 0. Similarly, delta 2 1 produces 0. Delta 2 2 1, delta 2 3 produces 0. All are produces delta 1 n, that's also n 1 n 1 2 1 2 2 2 n, yeah, 2 n, that's also produces 0. In this way we are finding. So finally we find it delta ij, that will be 0 if we consider I not equals to j. So we are producing one synopsis, that's the two kind of result we find. By definition, delta ij, that will be 1 if I is equal to j and 0 if I is not equals to j. And sometimes in many ways we are writing in this book, we find in many cases this notation may be used or may be written in this manner also, delta ij. It is also the same cases. Here we also consider delta 1 1, delta 2 2 in this manner. It is also correct, no matter for that. Here sometimes we are generally using in this way in whole set. Next stage is we are transforming this type of operator, using this type of operator to produces many results. And how this transformation occur, I will demonstrate it in my next video. And today I will end my small videos. We end our discussion today. If you like this video, and like it, share it, and always subscribe the channel and press the bell icon to get all the notification and latest update of my video. Now keep watching. Thank you.